Good morning, dear children. Welcome to you in today's lecture of English. Dear student, in today's lecture, we are going to continue the lesson. Do trees have a feeling? So, in previous lecture, we have seen about how the trees live in community. As I explained you that as like the human being, as we like to live in community, we like to live in society. We never live. We never don't want to just live a life are single or alone. So just like human being, animals, they also wants to live in communities, and they how the trees warn each other. How the trees warn each other, trees of about any danger. So these 2 points had been explained by me in previous lecture. So let me just continue the third one. Young trees are kept in check by their mothers. Young trees are kept by in check by their mothers. So in this paragraph, we are going to see that how new young one tree is depends on his mother tree, or in what way his mother tree is helpful to alive that young one tree. So let us see. First of all, I read the first paragraph. Young beech trees are so keen on growing quickly that it would be no problem at all for them to grow about 18 inches tall per season. Unfortunately for them, their own mothers do not approve of rapid growth. They shed their offspring with their enormous crowns, and the crowns of all the mature trees close up to form a thick canopy over the forest floor. This canopy lets only 3% of available sunlight to reach the ground, and therefore the children live. With that amount of sunlight, a tree can photosynthesize just enough to keep its own body from dying. Now let us see. Young beech trees are so keen on growing quickly. So when we compare the beech trees, so as compared to the old one or elder beech, we can see that the young beech means जो small beech tree होते हैं वो जल्दी grow होते हैं. Young beech trees are so keen on growing quickly that it would be no problem at all for them to grow about 18 inches taller per season. So in every season what we can see that the beech tree it would be grow about 18 inches taller. मतलब हर सीजन में उनकी ग्रोथ कितनी होती है, नियरली और अबाउट 18 इंचेस की ग्रोथ उनकी हर सीजन में. We could say that once in a year we could see that every small beech tree will be grow in 18 inches taller. Unfortunately for them, their own mothers do not approve of rapid growth. So, unfortunately, it is unfortunate thing for their mother beech tree that we could see that the older beech tree, the growth of the older beech tree is not growing properly as compared to the younger one. तो हमने यहाँ क्या देखा कि यंगर बीच जो होता है, यंगर बीच ट्री जो होता है वो एज फास्ट ग्रो होता है एज कम्पेयर टू द मदर ट्री. Now they shed their offspring with their enormous crowns. They shed their offsprings. Older tree, they shed their offspring with their enormous crowns. Crowns means the head of the tree. So what they do, the elder tree or the older tree, they shed their leaves. So अपने leaves उनके जो leaves होते हैं वो fall होते हैं, वो गिरते हैं, झड़ने लगते हैं. Then and the crowns of all the mature trees close up to form a thick canopy. And in this way, when we see that the beech tree, they grow in a surrounding or in a community. So you can see, just imagine many beech trees are there, है ना, बहुत सारे beech trees है, and they all together they start to shed their leaves, और सभी लोग एक साथ उनके जो leaves है वो या फॉल करना स्टार्ट करते हैं. So their shed of fall spring with their enormous crown, and the crowns of all the mature trees close up to the form of thick canopy. And when the leaves had been fallen onto the ground, so what we can see a thick canopy is gathered or is created on the floor. तो उसके जो बहुत सारे शेड गिर जाते हैं. What does it mean by canopy? When at a time when we see the lot of trees that started to fall down the leaves, है ना, जब उनकी leaves एक साथ, सपोज टू बी फॉरेस्ट में बहुत सारे ट्रीज है और उनकी जो leaves है वो गिरने लगी है. एंड we could see a thick layer is being created on the floor or on the land. उस land के ऊपर thick layer trees की create हो जाती है. So that thick layer of the leaves is said to be canopy. So now we could see a thick layer of the canopy is being created by the shaded leaves of the old one trees. Now this canopy lets only 3% of available sunlight to reach to the ground. And when we see a thick layer is created on the ground, और जब thick layer ground के ऊपर cover हो जाती है या create हो जाती है, so we could see just only 3% of sunlight that can be entered into the ground. तो सिर्फ वो ground तक या उस land तक कितना sunrise या sunlight पहुँच पाता है? Only 3%. Available sunlight to reach the ground, and therefore their children leave, and it is the reason that we can see that the beech trees children can be leave. So it is happening with the canopy which had been fallen by the trees, with that amount of sunlight a tree can photosynthesize. With that amount of sunlight a tree can photosynthesize just enough to keep its own body from dying. So what happened with that amount of sunlight, that what we have seen, that just only 3% sunlight can be entered to the land. 3% sunlight सिर्फ land तक पहुँच पाता है, and a tree can photosynthesize. और tree क्या कर सकता है? It can photosynthesize. It means it can prepare food for himself and for his baby just enough to keep its own body from dying. So a tree can photosynthesize. A tree can create food for itself just enough to keep its own body from dying, और अपने आप को वो मरने से बचा लेता है. So here we have seen about some information about the peach tree, that how a small peach tree can grow very faster than his mother tree, and how canopy be helpful to them to live or to survive, and how a beech mother can protect our younger one. Now let me see the next paragraph. Dr. Suzanne Simard describes mother trees as a dominant trees widely linked to other trees in the forest through their fungal root connections. These trees pass their legacy to the next generation and exert their influence in the upbringing of the youngsters. My small beech trees, which have by now been waiting for at least 80 years, are standing under mother trees that are about 200 years old. The wait time is, however, made bearable. Their mothers are in contact with them through their root system, and they pass along sugar and other nutrients. You might even say that they are nourishing their babies. Now let us see. Dr. Suzanne Simard described. What she described? That mother trees as a dominant tree. Mother trees that are dominant trees, and they widely linked to the other trees. So mother trees, they attach or they just live near their babies, and they are widely attached to their young one and to the other trees also. Now they are connected with each other with their fungal root connection, and in this way we could say कि जो beech tree होते हैं, और we could talk about the other trees, so they are also connected with each other. These trees pass their legacy to the next generation and exert their influence in the upbringing of the youngsters. So what the trees do? The trees pass their legacy. Legacy means wealth. the trees, what they pass their legacy. It means they pass their wealth to their upcoming youngster. वो अपने आने वाले जो जनरेशन है उनके लिए एक wealth छोड़ी जाती है. It means when they just give support to them, or when a small baby, or when a small tree it started to grow under that mother tree. So in this way we could say a protection is going to is protection that we can see कि protected situation, protected way में उनको protection मिलता है उनकी mother से, and they can grow as very well, और वो बहुत अच्छे से grow हो जाते हैं. Then so in this way we could say the trees also, they are passing their wealth to the youngsters and exert their influence in the upbringing of the youngster by small beech trees which have by now been waiting for at least 18 years. So Dr. Suzanne Zimmer, she is going to describe that one of the beech tree which was planted by her, that it is now very it is a small beech tree which have by now been waiting for at least 80 years, are standing under the mother tree, and now her small beech tree which is going to just growing under his mother tree, और अपने वो mother tree के अंदर grow हो रहा है for last 200 years. The wait time is however made bearable. Their mothers are in contact with them through their root system, and their mother, they are contact with the youngster trees with their root connection. उनके root से वो एक दूसरे से attach है, and they pass along sugar and other nutrients, and they passes sugar and other nutrients as well. You might even say they are nourishing their babies. So in this way, a mother tree always give nutrition or nourish to their young baby tree. So student, in this lesson what we have seen that how the tree lives in community, in what way as like human being, trees also they wants to live in communities. And in next paragraph we have seen that the trees warn other trees also whenever there any difficult or the dangerous situation is being created in the forest. Now in the last paragraph we have seen that how trees are kept in check by their mothers, how a mother protect their young one, how a mother tree can protect their young one, and how she is helpful to her young babies growth. So I hope dear student you have understood the lesson very well. So you can see the word meanings are here given. So let me just read it once again. First one, preserve. Preserve means a protected natural area. What does it mean by preserves? A protected natural area. Now there in the next page, on the same page you can see some trees, some images of trees like beech, spruce and oak as well. Now intact means not damaged. What does it mean by intact? Not damaged. Next, fatalities. Fatalities means death. Next, canopy, the branch and leaves that spread out at the top of group of trees. Then savannas. Savannas means a green grassland area that is of Africa, in Africa. Next, ethylene, a colorless gas. Ethylene, a colorless gas. Forewarned means made aware of before something happens. Crown, the top part of the tree. Now what does it mean by crown here? The top part of the tree. Then bungalow connection, something that is a part of your history. Legacy, knowledge and wealth given to the next generation. Wealth which is going to given by the tree to their young one. Then exert means to use authority and power in order to make something happen. So student, what you have to do, you have to just make complete this word meaning in your notebook, and you can see some choose the correct options are there on page number 20. So it's homework to you. What you have to do, you have to just find out the correct one answers from the lesson. So I hope student you will complete your today's homework today itself, and we'll meet you in next video. Till then, take care and bye bye.